Hey friends, welcome to the Time for Living podcast, your ultimate guide to finding the time you need to crush your business dreams while still having time to live your one beautiful life. I'm your host, Lucy Clark, a devoted boy mum, dedicated business owner, and time-finding expert. Say goodbye to the I'm too busy mindset that's holding you back from growing your online business. No more feeling overwhelmed or stuck in the same place year after year. Each week, we'll dive deep into strategies for being intentional with your precious time so you can hit those business goals while still making time for yourself and your family. If you're ready to create more time, get practical tips and prioritize the steps that will make the biggest impact on your business and life, then you're in the right spot. Pop in your earbuds, steal a quiet moment, and let's find time together. Hi there, beautiful soul. Welcome back to Time for Living. Or if you're new here, welcome to the Time for Living family. I'm so glad you're here with me today. Now, do you ever think, where did this week go? You blink and it's Monday, blink again and it's Friday. You're successful, you're accomplished, but you feel like you're living your life in fast forward. Today, I'm sharing why high-achieving women like you feel trapped in your whirlwind week, and a simple truth that changes everything. If nothing changes, nothing changes. We'll still be feeling the same way next week if we don't make any changes. So let's get to the bottom of how to make these changes. Let me paint you a picture. Monday morning hits like a freight train. Your alarm goes off and immediately you're reactive. Checking emails before your feet hit the floor, scrolling through notifications, mentally running through everything that needs to happen. And then the day just happens to you. You rush through meetings, you check things off your list, you put out fires. Before you know it, you're driving home thinking, what did I even accomplish today? Tuesday feels the same. Wednesday blurs into Thursday. By Friday, you're wondering if you even lived this week or if you just survived it. Sound familiar? You know what the crazy part is? You're successful, you're crushing it professionally, but somehow you feel like you're watching your life happen to someone else. Like you're living on double speed and can't find the slow button. I was talking to a client recently and she told me, I feel like I'm sleepwalking through my successful life. I have no memory of my actual weeks. Does that resonate with you too? Because I used to feel exactly the same way. And here's what's really happening. You're caught in your whirlwind week. It starts Monday morning when chaos sets the tone. Your day becomes this reactive blur. You collapse in the evening with nothing to show for it emotionally, even though professionally you crushed it. Then you repeat this pattern 5 days straight. Your weekend becomes your recovery time instead of your living time. Maybe you're catching up on laundry, grocery shopping, handling all the personal tasks that get pushed aside during the week. If you have kids, you're shuttling them to activities while trying to squeeze in quality time. You're not celebrating your week, you're recovering from it. And the most heartbreaking part, you're not living your weeks, you're just getting through them. Whether you're managing a household, building a career, or both, you feel like you're always one step behind your own life. And I remember the exact moment I realized this was happening to me. I was sitting at my desk after another successful day, and I literally could not remember what I had done for the past 8 hours. I had been productive, I had achieved things, but I felt empty. Like time was just flying by without me actually being present for any of it. And if you're a mum, this feeling might feel even more intense. You're watching your children grow up in fast forward too. You're present for the big moments, the school plays, the bedtime stories, but somehow the everyday magic is getting lost in the whirlwind. And that's when it hit me. I wasn't just busy. I too felt like I was unconscious, and I was sleepwalking through the very life I'd worked so hard to create. So I'll say it again, if nothing changes, nothing changes. We could live for 20 more years in this whirlwind, accomplishing things but never actually experiencing life. Your kids could grow up while you're stuck in this cycle. Maybe you're feeling that crushing realization right now, thinking about how many summers you have left with them. And here's what I discovered about breaking the cycle of the whirlwind. And this is going to shift everything for you. The whirlwind stops when you create conscious breaks. It's all about slowing down your life and waking up to it. Small moments of consciousness break the entire cycle. Let me share exactly how to hit the slow button on your life. And it's just 3 resets. First, we need to talk about the morning consciousness reset. Your morning sets the unconscious tone for your entire day. When you wake up reactive, grabbing your phone, checking emails, immediately launching into mental planning, you're essentially putting yourself on autopilot for the next 16 hours. But what if instead you took 5 minutes to hit the slow button? Here's what that looks like. Before you check your phone, before you start thinking about your to-do list or what the kids need for school, you just take 2 minutes for intentional breathing. Not meditation, not anything complicated, just conscious breathing while you ask yourself, how do I want this day to feel? Then you can spend a few minutes setting a daily intention. Not planning your schedule, we'll work on the other times to do that, but setting an intention for how you want to show up. Maybe it's, I want to feel present in my conversations today. Maybe it's, I want to notice moments of joy today. This isn't about adding more to your morning routine. This is about bringing consciousness to the morning you already have. It's your daily awareness practice. You're asking yourself 2 simple questions. What do I want to remember about today? And how do I want this week to feel? The difference is incredible. Instead of sleepwalking into Monday, you're consciously choosing how to show up for your day. Now, the evening is another place where real transformation can happen. Most of us collapse at the end of the day without any consciousness about what actually happened. We scroll our phones, watch Netflix, go to bed feeling like the day just disappeared. But what if your evening became a conscious closing ritual? Your evening reset. And here's the beautiful simplicity of it. You can spend just 5 minutes reflecting on what actually happened today. Not what you've accomplished on your task list, but what you experienced as a human being. Maybe you had a great conversation with a colleague. Maybe you noticed the way your child laughed at dinner. Maybe you felt proud of how you handled a difficult situation. Maybe you caught yourself actually enjoying a quiet moment between meetings. Then spend a few minutes celebrating what went well. This is so important because high achievers like us are trained to immediately focus on what needs to be improved. But celebration is how we create memory. It's how we turn experiences into something meaningful. And finally, spend a couple of minutes preparing for tomorrow by asking, how do I want tomorrow to feel? These few minutes in the morning and the evening create a weekly memory. Instead of weeks blending together into one long blur, you start creating moments you'll actually remember. And now, we do need to find time to plan our week. Most people choose Sundays to do this, but you could do it as the last thing you do on a Friday. But this will become your time to break the Sunday scary cycle. Instead of dreading another week flying by, you do your weekly planning starting with a week in review practice, your weekly reset. You ask yourself, did I live this week or did I just survive it? You look for moments of consciousness, moments of joy, moments of presence. Then you plan the week ahead not just for productivity, but for presence. My clients who implement this feel like they've gained 1 or 2 or 3 extra days per week, not because they have more time, but because they're actually present for the time they have. So what does it look like when you break the whirlwind? Your weeks start feeling spacious instead of frantic. You remember your actual days instead of living in a blur. Monday doesn't feel like a freight train anymore because you're conscious for its arrival. Your evenings feel lived in instead of lost. Your weeks have texture and meaning instead of blending together. You feel present in your successful life instead of watching it fly by. And you'll go from asking, where did this week go, to saying, I can't believe how much I actually experienced this week. From surviving your weeks to designing them. From time flying by to time feeling abundant. This is what it feels like to be awake in your own life. So I have another challenge for you this week. I want you to break your whirlwind cycle with just one conscious moment each morning and evening. Tomorrow morning, before you check your phone, ask yourself, am I awake in this moment? Tomorrow evening, before you scroll or turn on the TV, ask yourself, what do I remember about today? That's it. Just 2 moments of consciousness. I promise you, even 5 minutes of consciousness will slow time down. Now, if you're thinking, I do want to feel present in my weeks, but I still don't feel like I have the time. I've got something for you. I've created the Hidden Time Finder, a free resource that shows 21 ways busy women lose hours daily and quick fixes on how to stop losing them. This guide shows you exactly where to reclaim those lost hours in your existing routine so you can create space for consciousness without adding more to your already full plate. The link is timeforliving.co/timefinder. I'll link it in the show notes. And I'll also be sharing more about this on Instagram this week. So remember this: if nothing changes, nothing changes. Your conscious weeks start with conscious moments. Your life is happening right now. Don't miss it. The Whirlwind week doesn't have to be your reality. You have the power to slow down time by waking up to it. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I'm cheering you on as you create weeks that feel as successful as they are meaningful. I'll see you next week when we're talking about the addiction that's destroying your dreams. Trust me, you won't want to miss this one. And until then, stay present, stay intentional, and remember, your time is your life. Hey friends, thank you so much for tuning in to the Time for Living podcast today. If this episode inspired you to take action and save time, I'd be so grateful if you could leave a written review and subscribe over on Apple Podcasts. Your feedback means the world to me and helps us reach even more amazing people like you. If you know a friend who needs to hear this message, share this episode with them. And remember, your time is precious, so make every moment count. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep living, and keep making time for what matters most.